kind of like let's talk about your music, man. Let's talk about what do you feel is like that first song that kind of got people like familiar with you as an artist?
The first song that I would say is probably the Monkey See, Monkey Do record that I did last year. And that record, it kind of transitioned my style and my energy, and it gave me a bag that it was like, oh, this is a flavor for you type of situation. And I went back to a Detroit, Cali type of vibe, and I made a fun record that it was like, oh, okay, we feeling that. We really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people started being like, oh, you in your bag. You really taking it serious, because they have been seeing me do stuff over the years and just being consistent as I could. But last year it made me get into another bag to be like, nah, this is what I want y'all to know me for, and this is how I'm coming. And that record kind of transitioned me into being like, okay, this is him. So that's what kind of happened as far as that song is what
Okay.
people started picking up on.
Okay. Currently, is music something that's kind of like the focal of your career, or are you more so focused on like the entrepreneur side, making money, the business side of your career?
Currently,
Or are you focused on your personal life? Are you focused on more? Well, you always focus on your personal life and your family, but what's the focal? Is what I'm saying.
yeah, currently the focal point is the music, because if you talk to a lot of people that know me, or you talk to people that know what I've been doing, how I really got to this point was business. So I got my business together before I really said, hey, let me put into this music the way that I really want to put into it. I built up enough relationships. I got into enough business things as far as entrepreneur. Like I said, I got into the building. I ran that for probably at least 6 years. I had that running. I got into real estate. I'm into crypto. I'm in the stock market. I'm into a few other ventures that's like the vape pens, clothing. I got enough stuff business that's bringing in revenue to really help me actually have a standpoint to say, hey, the business that I got going plus the relationships that I got going will be able to financially fund the situation. Because you could have as much money in the world and you could spend it all trying to be an artist, because they know how to make you spend your money. That's a given. But having the right relationships, now you dealing with the right people, so you getting put in the right rooms to where if you is spending the money, it makes sense that you spending the money. You're not spending the money just because you're trying to look cool. Now I'm spending the money strategically and business savvy to where if I'm going to make this play, it makes sense for 10 plays beyond this, not just I'm doing what the simple artist is doing and they just shooting from the hip. It's like if I'm doing something, it's a plan to make the next play happen and the next play happen and the next play happen to lead up to something 10 steps from now that I'm setting up already, because I'm already thinking business savvy. You can't really take that part from me, because that's all that I know. It's like if I'm going to do anything, and if it's not about the business, if it's not about how we going to get paid from it, how we not going to monetize it, how we not going to make some type of revenue from it, what are we really doing? I don't need to work with no specific artist to be famous or to be this or to be that. I never was looking for the fame. I was looking for the relationships and to build it up and to be a brand and to be somebody that is standing on something that they believe in. Because I didn't come into it as I've been rapping since 12 and I just want this shot. I came into it like I got a brand, I started a label, I came up with my name. I did all this immediately as soon as I came home. So I've been having my own company and my own label and my own everything since the beginning. So it was never a thing of me trying to be cool or be famous or be... I always felt like I was him anyway. So now it's just the people is seeing it in the format of an Instagram or some views on YouTube or this, that. That don't really intrigue me. And that's why people would be like, oh, you trolling or you doing this, because I still comment on other celebrity stuff, or I still get on people's lives and talk to people, and I still comment back to the regular person, because I'm not this person that's famous to me. I'm this person who, this is just what comes with being real in my format. I'm not the person that is like, oh, I got up here and somebody put me up here and now everybody's beneath me. I really walked up here. I didn't run. I didn't take no escalator. I didn't take no elevator. I literally walked up here myself. So it made me still be me at the end of the day. So when people reach out to me, people DM me, like, people don't have no pictures on their stuff, no following, reach out, and I'm still responding, because it's like, you don't know who this people is. Some of the people that I done met that you might have thought was nobody was somebody. They just behind the scenes to something. They don't got no following. They not in the Instagram. Some of these people don't even got no Instagram. And more powerful than the people you see with 10 million followers. But because I understand the business, I'm able to move within it and make it make sense. And a lot of people don't get that part, that it's all about the business. I do love the music, but how you get me is the business. And then the music just comes, and that's where you get new flavors and new things. And like my latest record, which is Live in the Moment, it's one of my best songs to date, because sonically I found a wave that is hard to deny. The Monkey See, Monkey Do is more catered to Detroit, LA. Live in the Moment is catered to the universe. But that record derived from me working with guys that's overseas. I got records in Russia, and Greece, and Tokyo, and Italy, on the radio, in the clubs. I get DMs from guys like, yo, your record was just playing in our parties. And it's like, this is in Greece, bro. This is in Italy, bro. And to people that don't know me, they like, how is he doing that? But it's because I got enough power to outreach to people that's not even in the United States and still make this stuff happen. So that's kind of why you get me in this type of bag. But my main focus is the music.
Okay, so let me ask you a tricky question, or a question that might be a little bit tricky for you, based on what you just said. What's more important, money or chasing your dreams?
Chasing your dreams.
Okay, elaborate.
The reason why I would say chasing your dreams is because money is going to be here when you here or when you're not here. I've been getting money, and everybody else in the world been getting money, whether they getting $100, $5, $10 million, $1 billion. The entire time that we've been on this earth, we're in this race for money. That's why we get into illegal things, legal things, or whatever you get into is you chasing the money. But when I went to prison, it showed me that life wasn't even about the money. I gained those things because of the money, but it didn't mean anything to me when I was in that position. Had I had a purpose, had I had a dream that I was chasing, had I had a situation that it was going to live on forever, for generation to generation, my money don't live on for generation to generation. In a sense it does, but that money's getting spent in whatever ways it want to get spent or whatever. But if you got a purpose and a passion and a dream, that dream could live on for generations and generations if it's displayed the right way and it's carried on the right way. You got stuff that's timeless. Money isn't timeless. Like, we've been chasing something that we didn't even understand that it didn't really matter. Mm-hmm. Because before money, it was trade. Mm-hmm. Nobody's talking about that.
And now, I was about to say, it's been going on, not in our culture, of course. I ain't gonna say like people starting to get back to it. People been doing it, but it's like now we starting to see, like, even in our culture, like, that's something that people want to be knowledgeable of more so than just trying to get some cash.
Yeah, you starting to realize that the cash ain't it. If you don't chase your passion, if you don't chase your dream, you'll die with a bunch of money, but nobody knows who you are or why you died. Right. But you got somebody who is so much influential, like Martin Luther King, that, or Tupac, that died broke. But it was a standpoint of their passion and their dream that they was chasing changed the culture in the world forever. What was more important? If he would have had 10 billion and died with it, or that he left generation to generation to generation to learn from and to take something from through his situation? You gotta ask yourself that. And I think that if anybody asks themselves what was more important, $10 billion or Martin Luther King, what he did, or $10 billion or what impact Tupac had to the culture, they would say those people versus the money. That's just point blank period.
Right.